like you were talking about, you want to make this channel called A Life with Regrets. With that being said, what inspired you or what motivated you?
What inspired me is what was going on in the world. Everything people see is always negative. There's never a positive. It's like the news, it's always been negative. Everywhere I go around, it's always been negative. They don't like speaking like the positive because everyone's just like blindsided with negativity. It's like everything that goes around is like people love the negative. They like the violence. They love lies. They like people getting, stomped on, or robbed, or anything. They don't like the idea of people helping or get to understand others.
So as you continue to make more episodes and have other people come onto this show and just come and talking about it, how do you think this is going to impact someone's life in order to all just say, alright, when you click this video, I'm going to watch it?
Well, I'll say how it will impact me and everything, because there's stuff that I could talk about that I've experienced in my personal life. And I know not everyone thinks the same, but I know it will impact others. If life, they're like, oh, okay, they understand where they might say they can relate to this person, this and that. They might they feel the same way what I went through. And it's like, I know a lot of people love to judge and stuff. I'm not one of those people who love to judge. It's that I rather know the person, know why they're this way, and what they feel and stuff about themselves and others.
Okay, so it's almost like, as you sort of share your story, you might relate to someone, somehow. Might relate to the exact person, but it might relate to someone else. And maybe down the line, it might relate to another person as well. So, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so with that being said, for this first episode, what would you like to talk about for today? Bullying. Alright, so I want to ask you this, Eric, if we were going to talk about bullying, what was it like when you were growing up and what did you see? Like if you saw bullying, what was it like and what do you think the effects were?
For me, when I experienced bullying, it was manipulated. I was hanging out with the wrong people in elementary, middle school, and high school. It was like I regret hanging out with some people because they never really cared about me. I was like the punching bag. And they could laugh at. I was a laughing stock to them. They didn't even value me as a human being. The only thing they do is like call me names. Besides calling me names, they would say negative. They never said anything positive. Even if I tried to make positive or try to help someone, they didn't want it from me. They just, I'm just nonsense or just telling lies. They just want me to. Those people want to blame for others, but they don't understand what the other person's feeling. They're just quick to assume that they're doing okay and rather they're not.
And it's crazy that you mentioned that too. It's almost like even right now, I know like sometimes we might notice that like in our jobs, in our communities, like colleges, universities, that people don't know their identity. Do you feel like as people start to get older and they start to, how would I say, grow, they're still trying to find their identity, finding the purpose in their college? And do you feel like when they went through bullying or maybe when they were trying to find where they are supposed to be, do you feel like that caused a whole generation to be lost in this area?
Yes, I would say it would. I would say misguided people because not everyone's gonna. I know not everyone's gonna think the same, but the people that feel that certain way knows that for them it's hard to open up to people. They're not gonna trust no one. They know that they've been hurt and lied to and manipulated, and it's like no one understands what they're trying to say. It's like they're isolated. Like they have to separate from themselves from others because every time they try to share or connect with others, they're just getting pushed to the side. It's like no one wants to listen to it. Like people just ignore them. It's like they want to do something, they want to talk about, they want to share, but just no one wants to listen to it. It's like they just want to listen to themselves or others instead of the person who feeling hopeless and meaningless. Basically, like they want help. If not help, they want people at least connect with them and at least try to understand what they are going through, like the pain and suffering they are, but no one wants to do that in life.
And why do you think that is though?
People are too judgmental. If not, they're not judgmental, they just don't care a person's feelings or of life, or they don't care about their existence in general. Because there's people that always want to tell other people to die. Even when I was getting bullied in school, like always been told that I should hang myself, I should commit suicide, that I'll be a failure, that I'll never succeed in life. They said things like I didn't even like hearing. It's like even if they talk about a family member that in elementary that passed away, that I never got the chance to meet them. And it bothered me knowing that I never got the chance to meet my grandma and stuff. It's just, how can you talk to someone that, how can you talk to a family member knowing that they never got the chance to see them? Is it, you're basically just saying some stuff just to feel good about yourself. And it's like, who are you to tell others to feel that way? It's like, you're just putting down, like, you question yourself why you are doing this to, like, why you're doing this to others. It's like, worry about yourself, don't judge others, don't belittle people, because it's wrong. I find it wrong that people that belittle others and judge them, because you don't know how their childhood, you don't know what they've been through, you don't know their life experience. The only thing you do judge by appearance or the way they talk. It's like you're not letting them or giving them a chance to speak for themselves. It's like people just don't. It's like people is like they threw their brain away and like they don't think common sense. They don't think at all. Sometimes I feel like we're just people who will eventually die. Eventually, I feel like we're just basically killing ourselves in general. Because people just are arrogant and don't understand. They just think only about the negativity, but never the positive. It's like, what can we stop? How like change our people's mind or generations? Like, we can't repeat the same cycle. The world can just repeat itself in general. Because basically what we're doing is repeating the same. Like, why repeat history? Why might well leave everything in the past and create? I mean, like that.
It's almost like the hate you give, the more hate you give, the more it's just going to be shooting a cycle. You don't want to stop and it keeps going and going until someone says, you know what, it's time to make a change, it's time to make a difference, and we got to leave that in the past. But what I was going to say next, do you feel like with everything that's been going on, like what you're saying with the hate, the bullying, and trying to cause issues and tensions in society, whether it's in schools or in politics or in the education, like university colleges, and even in workforce, as you can see, you feel like they also create like a coping mechanism or building up walls, or do you like? What do you think is the big effect that it has that you've seen?
People love to lie to themselves.
And how?
They just ignore everything and they try to push it to the side. It's like they're just living a lie and not, trying to make a change. It's like, even though it may affect them as a person, the trauma and everything, whatever's going on with their life, it's just that they keep holding themselves down. They're just living a lie, trying to say that they're happy, and no, they're not. They're not happy. They're not being who they are. They're just doing something that they're not. Because everyone in this world, I feel like, is just ignoring what they like. Their humanity, basically. I would say that it was like ever since I would say like maybe around 2014 or whatever year, like till COVID, is like people prefer to be like liars. Basically, they love to lie to themselves, which is not good. Because the more you keep lying to yourself, the more you hurt, and the more you just doubt yourself in life. It's like you just basically putting yourself failure. Because that's how I felt like when I didn't really open up with people and stuff or talk about it, because I bottled that stuff up in and like, I regretted it. And yes, I may have pushed people away, but I regret doing that because people were there for me for support. There was the nice people that were there for me. It's just that I didn't want it because I didn't. In a way, I didn't value them, which I know was wrong. Because even though it's my own actions that I did, is that I regret pushing them away because I did try to help, trying to warn me, but I was like too arrogant, and I didn't want to listen. I just choose to listen to my own self, which is what I regret in general in life, because I can't always listen to myself. Like, I gotta listen to others as well. I'm not gonna listen word by word to everyone, but I listen to certain people I would, because at least they care. They show that they care.
And how do you know they care though? Or like, what are signs or things that you pick up? Like, you know what? I know that they care. I know these are good people, and these are the people I want to be around with. Because like you were saying, you can't trust everybody. But certain people you can kind of open up and talk to. How would you know who to talk to? Just say, yeah, I can open up.
I read my word is by seeing how they treat others, and not only that, it's just how they care for themselves and how they don't. It's like I listen to whether they judge or not. If they judge others, then yeah, I can't talk to them because I know they'll just be lying. Or they say, oh, I know what you mean and stuff. You know, they don't know what I basically mean. They're just lying to me and they act like they know me, but they don't. You just think, oh yeah, you're always too down and stuff. You're always too negative. Make a change and stuff. It's like you don't know what I've been through. You don't know how I feel. If you're a person who does care, you're not going to tell me to change quick because not every single person can change quick. It takes time. In general, and the people I'm willing to open up is that they get what I'm saying. They understand. They know what. They understand because why? Because they know why I went through. They feel the same way. Those are the people I know because they won't judge because they experienced it and we could like relate and stuff. We may not live the same lifestyle or anything, but deep down we know who to talk to about and share about things about. Because there's no judging. Because there's no point judging. It's just be meaningless. Because we gotta be honest, telling the truth. Because why lie to someone if it's not gonna work lying? You're just making yourself look stupid and not taking it. Keep lying.
So I want to ask you this: what do you think about yourself at this moment? If you were saying people say that you're being shut down, and then after that you feel like you have to carry yourself in a different way. But at this moment, though, how do you feel? How do you? Yeah.
I would say I hated my life in the beginning. I hated it so much that I wanted to end my life. There's times I wanted to end my life. I told my mom I kind of wish she gave up on me. I wish I died. I didn't continue in life. But now it's like, I kind of am a little bit mad about it, but I think I'm kind of glad that I experienced it because it opened my own eyes and stuff. See how the real world is and how everyone is. I had to isolate myself. I talk to certain people who I know I can trust and who I can believe or not. Because I already know the people if I don't be on up. I can say the people I read people how they are and the way they see things. If I can't relate to you, then I can't be really close to you. I'm not saying, oh, I'm gonna push them away or anything. It's just that I'd rather be close to people who can relate to me more than the people who don't. Because the people who don't, they're not think the same way in general.
So, who do you think you are now? Who is Alex?
I'm just a person who tries to make a change in the world and stuff. But at least positive mindset. Because having that negative mindset is not enough to make you successful in life and stuff. It's just not. You just barely, almost like digging your own grave, basically. That's the way I see things. Because you're just basically telling yourself this and that, but you just don't do it. You're just basically holding yourself down. Even though you may want to share some ideas or open up to people, but it's like you can't. You don't want to because people don't never have given you a chance or opportunity in a lifetime. They don't. Because the only thing they do is just see a failure or someone they don't trust or someone like they just feel like they're better. There's people that think they're better and stuff than others. In my opinion, no one's better than others. Because everyone, in my opinion, has a skill. Everyone has their flaws. Everyone makes mistakes in life. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm not saying that I'm the worst. No, I just feel like an average person. It could be anyone. Because why? Because I made mistakes in life, and I do live with regrets. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I made regrets and I don't feel sorry about it. I'll just be lying to myself for saying that because I don't believe people who say that it's good to make regrets and they're okay with it. It's bullshit lying. Because I know deep down they wish they could take it back.
With that interview, do you think it's possible that you can always learn from that mistake and overcome it so you can help the next person then?
I would say yes, it will help. The regrets would help because you won't make the same mistake, but it will help you with others. It will help others out, not repeat the mistakes you made, and you would be like you would basically be wise not to do the same thing because you know what the consequences are.
That being said, if someone was watching this video right now and they're going poorly, they're going through some stuff, and people are talking negative about them, judging them, and basically saying things that they shouldn't be saying, like for instance, maybe they should be done already. What would you tell that person that's watching this right now?
For bullying
or basically victims of bullying at this moment?
I would say don't allow it. I would say don't allow those people doing it. Don't allow them to continue because even if they might not fight, but still, I'm not sure whether they fight or not, but I don't encourage violence, but at least stand on your ground in what you believe in. Because then later on, if you allow that stuff happening, it might get worse and worse if you don't stand up for yourself. Be honest with those people too. Tell them, don't bully me and stuff. Because, you know, you never know. People live with regrets in general. Because the people that do take lives away or willing to commit murder, I doubt you want anyone's life on your hands, their blood on your hands, basically. You don't want that. Because why all this crap about bullying and stuff? Like I said, no one's better than others. And why do this stuff to others, knowing that you don't even know them, how their lifestyle is, or the way they live, and you don't know the condition they are, and whether they're homeless or middle class or anything. You don't know that. You're just judging them, that's it, or you just feel like the people who would love to bully them is like their parents failed on them, and they love to bully. That's what they do. Because you're supposed to guide your kids, not to bully people. If you're a parent that does allow it, then you must have failed them. You failed on them. Why? Because you're just letting the next generation become worse, or like population is going to keep decrease, or there will be more death in society. More instead of population growing, it's going to be more death. If the cycle keeps going, it's not worth the cycle keep going.
I want to ask you this question. Why do you think there's children that start bullying other children? And then also the other question I was going to ask you is, what is that child that have any positive role models? They don't really have anyone in their, well, yeah, let's say they don't have their family with them, and they're just learning on their own, trying to go, and they don't know how do I say, address situations or how to communicate to the youth mind.
Well, for me it'll be kind of hard to say, but I'll try to explain. Even though I have parents, but I've never been an orphan. But I will say this to the kids who have no parents or anything. Even though you don't have parents in general or anything, if you might have adopted parents, but there will be people who care and love you as a person. doesn't mean just because you're like orphan and stuff doesn't mean people look down on you. Because even the people that they do, they don't know what they're going through. They're just like lucky to have parents in general. If I know if they were in your position of being orphaned, they wouldn't even do that because why they will miss their parents and they wish that they had them. Because not everyone has like you said, role models and they wish they would had, but deep down it's like in their heart they could do something with themselves even though they don't have parents. But at least like there's people that who cares and love and support them, and they can see a future for those kids.
The reason why I stated that was because some of the stuff you stated, I know enforcing it in our community, there's